We're back, people. We are back. Your favorite. Look, listen, I know y'all never know that I'm lying about this because I say it all the time. Your favorite sports podcast, roaming the airwaves, rolling with Ramos, is back. As I always so eloquently am, I'm the one that holds the last name Ramos. I would like to specifically thank my daddy for that one, Mike Ramos in heaven. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. On this rate, I always tell you, you might be all I got for a long time, but I'm happy with that. Episode 154. Listen, it's about to be 9 years of this thing. And we coming up on 154 tonight, 155 next week. Look, we're just going to keep this rolling. I'm thankful for y'all. This week, we come through your airwaves like a defensive machine that just so happens to play for the Cowboys. He also is a Maryland Terrapin, the Randall Manster, white edition. And my guest this week, I get the inside footage sometimes. I can get the inside edition on this thing. So I had to call up a friend. She shall remain nameless. But, sometimes things happen and you can get them how you want it when you want them because you're just friends with people in high places. Host of the Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. Y'all, it took me a long time to say that straight. Mike Robinson Jr. and Kobe Froman or Froman. Froman. Like you got a Froman.
Yeah,
you guys are rolling with Ramos. What's going on?
What is going on? Thank you
Happy
for having
to be
us
here.
Oh yeah, it was a long time coming. We was looking forward to this one. So that 154, that's a great number. That is a great number because this is our episode. So yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you. Let's get right into this thing now, shall we? The Benito Bowl, okay? If you missed it, as of yesterday, it's still doing numbers, 56 million plus streams on YouTube, infusing his Puerto Rican roots with music that made him a worldwide star in a world that has been at some point not peaceful. Benito says, "Together we are America. Love is bigger than hate." His numbers on Spotify, the stream jumped 470% following Super Bowl 60 performance. The most views in the Super Bowl halftime show are as follows. Bad Bunny, 135.4 million. Kendrick Lamar, 133.5 million. Michael Jackson at number 3. Now, mind you, Michael Jackson was before social media and all this. This man just sat up there for 5 minutes and people were screaming. He didn't even say a word. So these numbers are what they are, but in this world, Michael Jackson would have been up here somewhere. 133.4. Rihanna, she was at 121 million. Katy Perry, 118.5 million. Listen, y'all, we go through this world trying to catch a vibe all the time. And y'all mad this man was singing his music in his language. Me personally, I was feeling it. How about y'all?
Oh, we want to take this one first?
Yeah. So, I mean, right off the bat, we knew it wasn't going to be an English, performance.
Yeah.
Which, I'm fine with that. Whatever. And right out the gate, you have the Puerto Rican vibes coming through the speakers. Everybody's dancing. And I'm like, okay, I can get into this. And he put on a hell of a show. He is a 100% entertainer all the way through. But it also wore off on me after about the first 10 minutes. Like, the show just wasn't for me. He did a great job performing the whole set and everything. Like, he did great. He spread a positive message. I can't hate on it at all. I can't take anything away from him. But it just wasn't for me. But it was a heck of a show. I had no problem with it, really.
Yeah, I agree with you. The performance itself was spectacular. I mean, I didn't really notice all of the symbolism and the everything until I had to do some research after the performance and really know what the power lines meant, and him using the light blue flag and the color to represent the original flag and certain little elements that he tried to put into the performance. But I think I was also kind of used to those Usher halftime shows, Kendrick, Mary J. 50, Dr. Dre coming out. So with this one, I think I was, bobbing my head a little bit during the performance, but like you, I feel like I wasn't really feeling it. But the performance itself was great, and I like the message that he put out there. But we did it this year. Let's.
Hey, look, the biggest star in the world just happens to be Hispanic. It's not his
Mhm.
fault. It's not
Right.
his fault. For one, we talking about Kendrick last year. I thought the performance was good, but I didn't get none of that until I started reading. So whatever you thought, and he was speaking in English. So
Yeah.
like it wasn't like the year before with Usher, it wasn't like the year before with 50 Cent and Dr. Dre, when you were getting Rihanna, you were getting pure music. I think that in a society where we you eating guacamole, you eating salsa and chips at your Super
Taco
Bowl
Tuesday.
party, and you just couldn't just catch the vibe. I appreciated what you said, Kobe. It wasn't for me, but I can appreciate it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think we have to define the line between saying it wasn't for me, but I'm not going to disrespect it, because that's what it's becoming. I for one, I don't know about you fellas, am surprised at how long the conversation has been. Puerto Rico is an American territory.
Sure is.
I, for
Sure
one,
is.
have been encouraged to go to Puerto Rico after this. I haven't been. So when you talk about Trump calling them trash, man, you're talking about your own people.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I like the message. It's kind of
Yeah.
like a middle finger to him directly. So I mean, I liked it, and I like that he didn't switch it up. I like that he did do the performance in Spanish. It really, showed that he didn't care, and he was also had a big message of unity.
Yeah.
Saying that we should all come together and be unified. So, yeah, I agree.
The mantra of what the Super Bowl performances have been over the years, specifically with us getting them back, because it used to be such this joy to perform during the Super Bowl, and then people were boycotting, and now they're using it to not only catch a vibe but make a statement. And if you're going off those parameters, he did exactly that. I downloaded a couple of songs. I'm with it, Benito. I'm with it, baby.
Hey, he won a few Grammys, so
Yeah. If we look at this, fellas, from the halftime performance to the whole show of the Super Bowl in general, a lot of people feeling like they were slighted. I thought it was Thursday Night Football meets Thursday Night Football.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
felt like it gave those
Yeah.
vibes. Oh, this might be a good game. Unless two unks playing against each other, it was not a good game. Let's talk about the game. By the numbers first. Sam Darnold, 19 to 38, 202 yards, 1 touchdown. Went the entire postseason. If y'all want to talk about he like throwing them interceptions, he didn't throw a pick. Kenneth Walker, the third. Fellas, I get the lineage, but if you try to have 4, 5, 6 of them in my house, you're not going to do it. 27 carries, 135 yards. He is your Super Bowl MVP. Y'all talking about not trying to take them running backs high? Look at your boy. Cooper Kupp, 6 receptions, 61 yards. Shout out to Reed for making such a DM, because guess what? This is a 2-time Super Bowl champ and an MVP. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Shout out to Sierra Leone. 4 receptions, 27 yards. Your offensive player of the year. He is a Super Bowl champion. On the other side, Drake May, 27 to 45, 295 yards, 2 touchdowns. He threw 2 picks, 5 carries, 37 yards on the ground. Ramondre Stevenson, 7 carries, 23 yards. Matt Collins, 4 receptions, 78 yards, 1 touchdown. Stephon Diggs. I didn't understand this part. 3 receptions, 37 yards. 29 to 13. First time since 2013 the Seattle Seahawks have been champions. They dominated from start to finish. One of the best defensive performances in Super Bowl history. Patriots finished with 331 yards of offense, fellas. Seattle dominated both the front end and the back end, relentlessly pressuring Drake May, suffocating his receivers and giving neither Ramondre Stevenson nor Trevion Henderson space in the run game. They racked up 6 sacks on May, 1 shy of the Super Bowl record. If you want like numbers, fellas, the Patriots run game, they were stifled. As we know, they combined Stevenson and Henderson for 13 carries, just 42 yards, 3.2 per attempt, with none gaining more than 9 yards. Patriots receiving, that secondary did its job, the back end. It was tight all night, limiting May to 6.9 yards per attempt and offsetting his 2 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions. How does this front four? We're getting toward the dark side, fellas. So how did this front four
Mhm.
compare to the Legion of Boom?
That front four, I mean, was relentless. They were in his face all day. Had Drake Macy and Ghost, Leonard Williams in his face all day. Mafe, Murphy. I mean, those guys were just after him. They didn't really have to blitz a lot when they did with Witherspoon. I mean, I don't know. Drake May was just he couldn't really get comfortable in the pocket, and I think we knew that if the Seahawks could have got a lead, like even a small lead, like they did with hitting those field goals, and Drake May would have had to really put the ball in his hands to really keep them in the game. That front four, man, and we seen what they could do against some top offenses when they played the 49ers as well. They limited them to 6 points, but Drake May but I don't think I was really that shocked. He didn't play well in the playoffs to me at all. He had an okay game against the Chargers, but then played really bad against the Texans with 4 fumbles. I think he lost 2 of them. Didn't play particularly well in that Broncos game as well. It was like a little, weather game, snow game, but I don't know. He came across the Seahawks defense and did not have an answer for him at all. And yeah, man. And that left side of that line was crazy.
To your point, I had the Texans going to the Super Bowl, and if CJ Stroud just had a little bit more offense, I don't know what the hell happened to him. This would have been a different game. But if this what they did to Drake May, they would have threw CJ out of Levi. Kobe, what your thought on this front four, this secondary, this defense? It's nice to see the Seahawks back on the defensive front.
I do, and I want to mention one thing, Mike. You said they led to field goals. How did they rob my boy Jason Myers the Super Bowl MVP?
I know, right?
17 points. Are you kidding me?
We were texting, man. We thought he could get it.
But they only needed one more field goal to win the game.
But yeah, it was a rough night for the left side of the Patriots offensive line there. Yeah. When you think of like the Legion of Boom, like that was all like, I want to say like more like hard hitting safeties, like with like Cam Chancellor and like Sherman on the outside. But this front four for Seattle is no joke. If you're able to just rush 4 and get this kind of pressure, and then you have Witherspoon and those other guys getting through there. But the Patriots, I don't think they deserve to be there. I think if Bo Nix was healthy, I don't think they get by Denver. And I think Denver's putting up a much better matchup against Seattle than what we saw. I mean, we're saying that now after it happened, but I would have made that point prior to the game as well. But
we all know Seattle's offense didn't need to do much, just enough. Couldn't have been more wide open depending. Jackson Smith, if Sam Darnold wasn't pressured, Jackson Smith and Jigba had a wide open touchdown. Depending on a couple of pressure throws Darnold had to make, offense mostly revolved around the explosive running of Kenneth Walker III. He ripped off several long runs to push the Seahawks into scoring territory early, though they repeatedly settled for those field goals, fellas. While building their lead, he delivered his best rushing performance of the season, posting his 4th 100-yard game of the year and 2nd of the playoffs. We want to talk about Sam Darnold. He's going into some big cash, guys. His total incentives, $4 million for the Super Bowl, his incentive for that one. $1 million for 2025. Just to clinch the playoffs, $500,000. To win the divisional round, $500,000. To win in the conference championship, $500,000. They say tax is going to take a lot of this. I don't think he give a damn about what the tax is about to do. As long as you believe in yourself, anything is possible. It's giving real New England, Boston Celtics, we got this going on, championship. In a draft class that saw Lamar, that showed Josh Allen, his issues in New York. We saw Minnesota. I know, hey, look, I know Jetta's got to be he mad as hell somewhere. Mm-hmm. How have Sam Darnold? He's a champion. How has he been able to make it happen? We're giving true Nick Foles vibes over here, right?
Yeah, it actually kind of reminded me of when the Baltimore Ravens were winning Super Bowls. Like, those defenses carried Trent Dilfer, Joe Flacco, but all you need is a good defense and a half decent quarterback, and you can make it happen. So
yeah.
And I mean, I just appreciate the journey. I mean, when we were talking about Sam Darnold when he was with the Jets, people was calling him a bust. He
Yeah.
went from team to team. I think he was back up for 49ers, and he went to the another team. Then he went to the Vikings, had them at 14-3, didn't play well in the playoffs, and then they didn't re-sign him, and then he ended up getting that GM fired for that not making that decision. And he goes to the Seahawks, have the exact same record, helps them get to the Super Bowl, because I do believe it was mostly because of that defense.
Yeah.
And as long as he didn't make any mistakes, they were going to have some success. But I just like, him going from the bottom to the top. And I mean, and like you said, he has some wide open throws to JSN.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't play well in this game, either.
No.
But I mean, he didn't have to with that defense. But I just like the journey of where he was and where he has where he is now.
Are you feeling the theme of this year's Super Bowl, Kobe?
uh, what? I'm sorry. What was the question?
No. I'm saying, are you guys? I thought you had something to say after that.
Oh no,
You already said your bit.
No, I'm good. I was in agreement.
There's this total theme of this Super Bowl. Anyways, Drake May, emotional when talking about his teammates. That's probably the reason I get choked up the most. Drake May on the Patriots' performance in the Super Bowl. I like to go back to the beginning and redo it. Drake May has a ton of potential in front of him. I've been in the finals and lost. I know what that feels like. That was Boston Celtics Jaylen Brown's words on May. New England got to stick together. I see people are forgetting this man is young. Your second year and you go to the playoffs. Is there grace to be given, or is it the fact that hey, look, you didn't play a good game. And you talking about MVP and went to the right guy, didn't it?
Hey, I'm not gonna act like I didn't have a little smirk on my face, because I didn't want him to get one before my guy JD5. So I was watching his demise in the Super Bowl, and I was just like, okay, like, you made it here, but you didn't get one before JD5. But I think also this performance could have detriment to his progression as well. You have a bad game like this on a national stage, on the biggest game of your life. Who knows? I mean, just because Tom Brady was went to all these Super Bowls and stuff like that on that team, you don't know if you're going to make it back. So for him to have this performance on this stage, it could be a detriment to his progression going into next year if he's still dreaming about all the mistakes and all the woulda, coulda, shoulda that he had in this game. So they need to get him some weapons, I think. They have an aging tight end with Henry. Diggs really couldn't really get open against that one-on-one coverage, so that man-to-man coverage. So I think they need to get him some weapons that could really get open, so maybe he could have some more success. But he's going to have a long off season to kind of get over this loss.
Yeah, I think he's going to be fine. I mean, you mentioned how he's a young quarterback, and I think it was during the AFC Championship game when the weather was getting bad. He was on the sideline, I believe, talking to an offensive coordinator. Somebody's like, "Man, this is hard out here." He's like, "Yeah, and it's going to get harder too." So I mean, he's dealing with, playing at the pro level. Obviously, there's some talent there with him and the team to make it to the Super Bowl. But yeah, they need to address some issues in the offseason. Like, obviously, their window is still wide open. It's not closed yet. And I know you said you don't want to see Drake May, outshine your boy, but your boy's got to get healthy and got to get out there. So
you got to get some weight on him.
Hey, don't worry.
It's the most important part.
He hitting that weight room.
Yeah. But
that was my only thing with Drake May. Like, I understood it, but imagine the most important game in your life, the second season of your whole NFL career. This is what you go through, and the progression process. And now I don't want to talk about future and legacy when we all know it's damn hard to get back there. It's hard to get there, and it's damn sure hard to get back. Just ask the Eagles. But I got a couple of fun facts for you guys. I want to throw your way before we close the book on this season. The last two draft classes in the NFL, There's nothing like that 1996 draft class in the NBA. Allen Iverson, you still wrong for wherever the hell you was, you not to be in that picture, okay? And he don't. And if you saw that interview, he don't know where he was for him to not be in that picture. But anyways, the last 2 seasons, draft classes have produced a good breed in the NFL if you're looking towards the future. 2023, CJ Stroud, despite whatever the hell this was, I'm gonna let it go, CJ. I'm sorry, but you got a Super Bowl caliber defense. You better get your stuff together. Offensive Rookie of the Year led Texas to the playoffs. Will Anderson Jr., my guy. One of the first things I did at ESPN was on Will Anderson Jr. Defensive Rookie of the Year, anchor for the Texans, improved defense. Give or take a Myles Garrett or two. We might have been talking about him from Defensive Player of the Year. Devon Witherspoon, strong corner. Taken early. We know he's a Super Bowl champion now. Bijan Robinson. You guys don't like running backs high, but guess what? See what he's doing in Atlanta? Jalen Carter. The antics with the antics or without the antics. Super Bowl champion. JSN, key slot receiver, offensive player of the year, Super Bowl champion. Honorable mentions, guys. Puka Nacua, Sam Laporta, Joey Porter Jr., Christian Gonzalez should have been a Commanders. Super Bowl appearance as well he made for the first time. One of the best corners in the league. Hell, he saved New England more. If New England want that, he was the one that should have got MVP because he saved a lot of stuff over there. If we're looking towards that 2024 class, fellas, Caleb Williams, shout out to the Ben Johnson effect. Chicago first playoff win in a long time. Jaden Daniels, offensive rookie of the year, led Commanders to a deep playoff run. Drake May, first Super Bowl appearance. Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, Bo Nix, hard playoff ending, but Denver was knocking on the door. Byron Murphy, he is a Super Bowl champion. How we feel about the last 2 years of the NFL?
There's a lot of young talent out there right now. And so being a Browns fan, we're used to a lot of high draft picks and missing on most of them. But even for us, this draft class we had this year, we had the defensive rookie of the year. Harold Fannin Jr. is looking like the guy. But yeah, these young guys, I don't know what I haven't really paid a lot to college football this year. I don't know what's coming ahead of us, but these last couple of years are star-studded. And I think the NFL is in a good place right now with talent.
Yeah, star-studded indeed. And it's a contrast to what we've probably seen before in those drafts where if you didn't have a top 10 pick, you don't know how those draft picks would have turned out later in the rounds, especially in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round. So it seems like there's a lot of talent in these drafts, especially the deeper you get. You can find a great tight end in the 3rd or, wide receiver in the 5th. So it's definitely a lot of talent. It goes to show the development in college. We're starting to see a lot of NFL coaches go to the college ranks and develop those guys. So a lot of those college teams are running NFL offenses and defenses. So it really goes to show the work they're putting in college and it's transferring over to the NFL level.
If you were from the DMV, and I'm not talking about the Department of Motor Vehicles, if you were from the District of Columbia and its surrounding counties, you were very proud of this Super Bowl. You were very proud of a couple of moves this offseason. Durante, welcome home, baby. And as a Morgan State grad, we love you out here, okay? Stephon Diggs, Good Counsel High School, Gaithersburg, Maryland. We also know he went to University of Maryland. We also know about his brother. Matt Collins, Wooten High School, Rockville, Maryland. Olu Oluwatimi, DeMatha Catholic, Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Christian Haynes, Bowie High School, Bowie, Maryland. Did we represent or what? In this Super Bowl? Did we
definitely
represent or what? One last thing on our NFL bracket, guys. Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald. If you ever seen the football life with Larry Fitzgerald, you don't know what Larry Fitzgerald mean to this world. Luke Kuechly, shout out to they don't make them like that no more neither. Shout out to the Carolina great. Him and Bam, Sean Taylor, rest his soul. This league would have been flagging them all up and down. Adam Vinatieri, you want to talk about a golden toe? Roger Craig. They are your Hall of Fame class of 2026. Who's not there and won't be first ballot? Bill Belichick, Robert Kraft. And if we're going to go into this whole situation, is Tom going to be in there? Because Deflategate has something to do with him too. Are we going to go even more with New Orleans? Some of them shouldn't be involved neither. But your thoughts on Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick? Some thinking it's a travesty. But at some point, does that even matter? These guys deserve to be first ballot.
All right, I'll take this. So, this might have been the highest level of pettiness I have ever seen in sports, outside of sports. It doesn't matter. Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time. Just look at the numbers. Look at the Super Bowls. Look at the wins. For him not, and I'm not even really a Belichick fan, really. Like, I mean, I respect everything he did, but man, just to not put him in there, and then nobody stepping up saying, well, I didn't vote for him. Like, everyone's hiding behind their their computer screens. And in fact, this was so bizarre that now the Hall of Fame is investigating, like, hey, what do we have going on here? Like, we've never had this issue before. We have to make sure it doesn't happen again. Because like you said, Tom Brady's going to be rolling around here pretty soon. And there is no way they will not make him a first ballot.
They don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with that.
Canton is 45 minutes up the road from me. And I think that place will burn down if Tom Brady is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. But yeah, you have to put Bill in.
This isn't baseball. This isn't Pete Rose, even though he's remembered as one of the best that played the game. This is football, okay?
Yeah.
And when and football is supposed to be a decree that goes down to the numbers, like you said, Kobe. It's plain and simple. But why Bill Belichick ain't in there?
It makes no sense. Like you said, it's the biggest case of pettiness there is. Yes, he had his little issues with the Spygate and Deflategate, but I mean, he showed that those Super Bowl wins didn't have not a lot to do with those different things that he went through. He got a Super Bowl, I think, 2 or 3 years after that even happened. So, what are you going to say? Deflategate is the reason why Tom Brady won't make it to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So. Yeah. And we're not even gonna get on Robert Kraft. I mean, first is Belichick, then the owner doesn't get in. Should be, I think, but they did say it's like the way that it's set up where they kind of jumble everybody together where they have players with coaches and owners. So I think they really need to look at the Hall of Fame inductee process and kind of see if they need to change that up a little bit. But yeah, Belichick definitely should have got in. Tom Brady, if he doesn't get in, to me, he probably shouldn't. If you're going to do this to Belichick, hey, keep it rolling.
He got a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay too, and you know. So are you just saying like, oh, he's just a Super Bowl win guy now? Like, come on.
If you let Drew Brees in and you don't let Sean Payton in, what are we talking about? Not to mention the travesty that was T.O. Like, what are we even talking about here?
They pick and choose who they want to be petty against. You know, if you had some type of run-in or some type of behaviors or anything like that, to me they try to get their get back when it's time to induct you into the Hall of Fame. Is it fair? Of course not. But if he doesn't get in next year, I mean, just F the whole Hall of Fame. I mean, that's how people feel right now anyway. Yeah, but yeah, there's definitely crazy that he didn't get in.
I know one damn thing. We better get into the Hall of Fame. It better be no joke about us getting into the Hall of Fame.
We're not going to get on Brian Mitchell. We're not even going to get on...
No, we ain't going that route. But, hey, it is what it is. Rest in peace. I want to take the time to shout out something. Rest in peace, Sonny Jurgensen. Rest in peace, Barry Wilburn, okay? Hey, you want to talk about Washington football. You can't say it without these two men. And now your football season is over. There's not going to be one team that's depicting your mood all damn fall, winter. You get some downtime in the spring. So take this highly and lightly, fellas. Enjoy your time off, okay? NBA. Eastern Conference standings, the Pistons, New York Knicks, number 3, the Celtics, 4, Cleveland Cavaliers, Toronto, 5, 6, Philadelphia 76ers. Number 7, Orlando Magic. Number 8, Miami Heat. Number 9, Atlanta Hawks. Number 10, Charlotte Hornets. The fighting Charlotte Hornets. Everybody damn near fighting. Western Conference standings. Oklahoma City Thunder. You'll never be like the 90s. They was already in the stands fighting. You can't compete when you don't compare, okay? We done already had a couple brawls. And shout out to the Knicks and the Heat. You can't get next to that. They was already throwing punches before they was trying to separate them. Number 2, San Antonio Spurs. Number 3, Denver Nuggets. Number 4, Houston Rockets. Number 5, Los Angeles Lakers. Number 6, Minnesota Timberwolves. Number 7, Phoenix Suns. Number 8, Golden State Warriors. Number 9, Portland Trail Blazers. Number 10, LA Clippers. The All-Star break weekend is here. The weekend of love is here. And they got the All-Star break. If you all are a fan of the Weekend of Love, the Super Bowl next year will be on Valentine's Day.
Oh, wow.
Plan that accordingly, fellas. Guess what? You ain't got to worry about that with me. Sports is my love.
It's going to be a lot of upset women out here.
Sports is my... Hey, take her out on a Saturday. Do your thing on a Sunday. I don't know if she wants that day. Me personally, put some hearts around the house. We sit down, watch the game, get some wine. I'm good. I might be the exception to the rule. We ain't in it. All right, but the NBA All-Star Weekend is amongst us. With the whole Peacock and everything, it's not like you could turn on NBC and turn on the games anymore. ABC, even sometimes ESPN. The whole NBA was. I was a big NBA fan. I still am an NBA fan, but it seems like the allure of it is gone. Are we even excited about the All-Star Weekend?
You can tell by my facial expression.
I'm more excited about.
You named Bennett, you ain't in it.
I'm more excited about NBA All-Star Weekend than I am whatever the NFL just put out for the Pro Bowl, their flag football.
Oh God,
two-hand touch thing, whatever that is.
Oh, that's dead.
Yeah, that's Yeah, but NBA, I'll always watch the 3-point contest. I'll always watch the slam dunk contest. The actual All-Star game itself, well, they've changed the format so much over the last couple of years. I'm not even sure what it is anymore. Yeah. But I don't know. It's always nice to see the best talent on the floor together. But I'm not going to be glued to the TV watching it. But I don't know. Like I said, 3-point contest, slam dunk contest, I'll watch every year. But
I agree. I'm tuned in Saturday night for the 3-point contest and the dunk contest, but the game itself, I think it's like a USA versus the world or some crazy format. But ever since they switched from East versus West, and they had those, the nice, really even when they started changing the jerseys where you couldn't wear your team jersey in the All-Star game, that's when I just was like, what are we doing? Yeah. So, and then they started doing the captains and all. It's too much. So, and I know why they did it. There was a lot of great players on the West and not on the East, so they tried to really make it fair. But I mean, forget all that. I mean,
no,
I don't like the games now. I don't think I tuned in for a full All-Star game in the last few years. So,
at least back in the day, you got Kobe, Iverson, Mike. You got all these guys that you'd be like, okay, I know to come back towards the end of the third because I know this fourth about to get lovely because you're gonna see the stakes are high. There's a level of competition where it clicks in for Kobe. He's like, no, we trying to win. Like we want those bragging rights, and it just feels like. And I will say this. As someone of his caliber, it seems once LeBron kind of brought the All-Star game down to this point and made it kind of less important, everybody else followed suit. When before it was a badge of honor, and we want to play and we want to win these games, and we want to compete in the 3-point contest. We want to compete in the slam dunk contest and be those names because we want those bragging rights. The last 3-point contest, I thought that was pretty interesting in my head, was Sabrina and Steph. And Sabrina shot better than the guys as it was on the bench and could have won that. So the dunk contest, what are you looking forward to seeing? Because I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm confused. I mean,
didn't they have like a G leaguer or something?
Yeah, Mac McClung.
Yeah, I think he wasn't even in the NBA last year at the time.
He's got. But no, I'm always, like now. If you go back to the Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine,
he was robbed.
he was 1,000,000% robbed.
Yeah.
That was Eric.
Right.
It was so bad. He's like, I'm done with these. He's like, he knows he won. Everyone there he knows he won. He's
and
like,
they had the nerve to get mad at him. This is what you want.
Yeah. I want to see more of that. Like, I want to start seeing guys that go head to head in these things, and like you start seeing like a dunking rivalry. I saw there was somebody withdrew with injury, and dunk legend Jason Richardson, his son is stepping into the dunk contest. So I want to see if maybe he got a little something from Pops there, and he can put on a show.
I think the only thing that would bring this dunk contest back is some of the stars actually participating. Like the fact that we never seen LeBron participate in the dunk contest. I mean,
that's my point.
Yeah, we need to have some of the stars of the league actually participate. They'll show up for a 3-point contest, but a dunk contest they're running from. So I think once the stars come back to the dunk contest, it'll actually be a lot more fun to watch.
But we got to watch the next generation to do that, because the generation we grew up on, I mean, they already AARP in and out the door.
Right.
They're not throwing down like that anymore.
Right. And maybe the All-Star weekend is
eczema commercials now. You're like, this
right. Like maybe once the older players filter themselves out and a lot of the young players come up, then a lot of these the All-Star game, the 3-point dunk contest, they'll actually come back with some of this youth that's in the league.
Come on, Ant. I'm waiting for you. You didn't even come out last year. You was injured. This is it. The point where you could sit out in the All-Star game. People used to say, no, I'm still going to go. This is on you, Ant. Speaking of the Lakers, guys, they lost to Oklahoma a couple nights back, if you saw that. 119-110, with both NBA scoring leader Luka Doncic and reigning league MVP SGA. He was out too due to injury. LeBron James was blunt when answering a question about what separates the Lakers, who are 32-19, from the NBA leading Thunder 40-13. If you want me to compare us to them, that's a championship team right there. We're not. Well, duh. James told reporters, we can't sustain energy and effort for 48 minutes. And they can. That's why they won a championship. That loss ended the Lakers' 3-game winning streak. Any thoughts on the Lakers?
Well, if you look at Oklahoma City's, whole roster, they are young. They're young, they're fresh, they're athletic, they play defense. You look at the Lakers, you got LeBron, who hasn't played defense in, I don't know, 15 years maybe. Luka can do it all, but he's got to be on the court. But I think this is going to be the new precedent, with just a young, athletic, defensive team. Like, everybody can score and get buckets, but you have to find ways to neutralize. And man, I think Oklahoma City has potential to win about the next 3 or 4, championships. They are primed for the future.
Yeah, I mean, and they did it the right way, built through the draft. But one thing that you said was the two things that the Lakers aren't. They're not young, and they don't play defense. LeBron doesn't play defense. Luka doesn't play defense. It doesn't matter how many points Luka, he's probably going to win the scoring title, but it doesn't matter how many points you can put up. If you can't play defense, those 7-game series down the stretch, that's what it's going to come down to. And also stamina and endurance, you're not going to keep up with those young guys with OKC. No. So it's time for the Thunder and the Spurs and those guys to kind of take the forefront of the West. But I don't think that I'm sorry, Lakers fans out there, but it's not LeBron just needs to go ahead, and he already got one foot out the door. But yeah, it's time for change.
He talk like he fed up. But I just hope he lets us give him the farewell tour. He looked like he just gonna leave and just leave. and that's not what we need to do. We gotta celebrate somebody. I mean, we got to celebrate Kobe. We gotta celebrate you. Fun fact: speaking of LeBron, Bronny got 2 player votes for the All-Star weekend. I don't know how petty that is, but
and Shador Sanders is a Pro Bowler, baby.
Let's go. Like, what are we doing? Like, Come on. That's why nobody takes these things serious anymore.
Come on, you know.
That's why nobody takes the All-Star and the Pro Bowl serious anymore. Like stuff like this. Like, come on.
I think Giannis's brother got one too. And
That's definitely a joke.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't write these things. I just report on them. I figured you want to know.
Mm-mm.
Last thing on my list before I let you fellas go, we got to bring it back here. We got to talk about here. Shout out to the Washington Post, by the way. My journalistic integrity grew because of Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon, those articles in the paper. Father, you said you gotta know everything. What was I without the sports section of the Post? And this is what you do. David Aldridge, and this is what you do. Don't understand it. All this news going on in the nation's capital, and the Washington Post is now a political paper. That's trash. Anyways, it's totally different from what they make it seem, said Anthony Davis. I know it's like they have the stigma or they're not a good team. I want to see the plan, see the vision. It's been great. Sure, Washington may not be in a position to contend this season, but with their young core continuing to develop, mixed with the new superstar duo of Trae Young and AD, all signs are pointing up. Is that true? Depending on if Anthony Davis even stays.
Hey, he's staying, and the NBA is on notice. Wizards are back.
Shout out to Star.
Wizards are back. Will Dawkins, man, GM of the year. He's been kind of sneaky with it too. I mean, he kind of had these in his holster for a little bit with Trae and with AD, but bringing in AD, pairing him with Alex Sarr, first flipping Bill's contract. We're not going to get into that one, but Bill's contract had no trade clause, had everything in the book that could make that difficult to kind of get him off the books. But you found a way to get that done. Brought in Chris Paul and all these other players, Westbrook. We're not going to go down the line. Kyle Kuzma, got rid of that contract. Get a lot of draft picks and pieces that you can kind of flip later. And now you find yourself with Trae Young, AD, Alex Sarr, Trey Johnson, a lot of young pieces mixed with some vets now. And then you still can potentially get a top 3, hopefully lottery pick, number 1 pick, because we got robbed last season. We're not going to
talk about that.
Yeah, if we can grab one of these premier college players coming out this year to pair with this team, the sky is up. So we'll see. But I think, and I like how we're kind of under the radar right now. Nobody will expect the Wizards to kind of do anything next season. They'll think it's the same old Wizards, but I think we're going to surprise a lot of teams next year, especially in the East.
Oh boy, I am not.
Boy.
I am not going to
get on the bandwagon, man.
Listen, I am not going to be surprised when AD comes out, starts averaging like 35 and 20, plays 13 games at the beginning of the season, and then he packs it up like he always does. I love Anthony Davis. That, like, when you guys made that trade, if he can give you at least, I don't know, 40, 45 games, like without a serious injury. I mean, I'm not saying like out for the season. He's gonna miss time.
Yeah.
Dude is made of glass. But if
Mr. 6 to 8 weeks.
But yeah, if he can stay healthy, he gets out there. And yeah, you mentioned if you could hit on one of these premier college players with Trae Young, that's what we were just talking about, being young and athletic. AD's not young, but I guess Trae's not super young either. But you have guys there right now that are. But
I like that we could, just because we brought them in now, if they don't work out the first half of next season, they're back on the trade block. We can get rid of him for some picks. It's
giving veteranship that centers the team. Like when Paul Pierce came that 1 year, you really only needed him that 1 year to kind of show everybody how we do things. And then John Wall could do this. I knew things were changing a little bit in DC down there at Capital One Arena when it was nice seeing John Wall get his flowers here, because that relationship with him and the Leonises had been tainted for so long because you should have never traded him. But we're not going to talk about that. And now we got him getting his flowers. People are going out in the ice just to see him. So things are starting to look very friendly back in the arena again. Gilbert Arenas is on there talking about the Wizards again. We bet if he say we up,
Yeah.
then we got to be up. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things going on. I was going to talk about James Harden, but same old. If Mr. Get Me Out of Here was a person, we know what you're going to do all the time. I don't think we need to talk about that, fellas.
No, it's nice seeing him out there, though. We talked about playing defense. James Harden, I don't think he's ever played a lick of defense in his career. So. And he also disappears in the playoffs every single year.
Oh, man.
And he's 10 years older than the guy we traded for. But he is making an impact already. I think he's had like 11, 10, and 9 assists, like his first 3 games here. He's distributing the ball. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Donovan Mitchell's scoring. Our bigs are scoring. You talk about the Wizards being on the up over the next couple of years. We are in win now, right now.
Yeah.
Do I think we will? No, but it's nice. It's nice to think about. It's nice to have hope there. So welcome in James Harden. Have a nice 1-year stay here.
Any last words, Mike?
Yeah, just circling back with the Wizards, what they've been doing. When they initially signed Trae Young, I think the first thing I was thinking was, where is this defense going to come from? Because Trae Young is not known for defense.
No.
But adding AD with Alex Sarr, I mean, hey, you could miss a defense or a call here or there because you have those 2 tall players in the middle. I mean, even if somebody gets by you, you got help in the back. So I think our defense will be fine. We still have some Koulibaly and some good players that can play some defense. So, hey, the NBA is on notice.
Stars want to come to DC. Hey, we only need one more. Let's see.
One more.
Fellas, your name doesn't do you justice because there was nothing mediocre about this experience, okay? I'm happy that you guys were finally able to join us. Life be lifing. Technology sucks, but we made this happen. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, appreciate you having us. Like we said, long time. It was a long time coming, but yeah, we're so thankful to be here. And Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. It definitely does not roll off the tongue, but kind of sticks in your head a little bit if you say it enough times.
Yeah, unless people are living under a rock, tell them where they can find you.
You got a code?
All of our full episodes can be found on YouTube, and that's just the Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. For news, updates, clips, you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, same handle there. Like, subscribe, follow. We gotta help each other out here. So
yeah, 2 fans just giving our opinions. Definitely, if you want some a deeper dive on Commanders news, Wizards up in Cleveland, Cavs, Browns, definitely check us out.
I'm a woman of my word with time to spare. And I'm going to say it as I say it every week, people. We'll be back. We'll see you next week. I don't care if it does not rhyme. The next time you see us, it'll be 9 years of this thing. I'm just so happy and grateful to you guys. It doesn't rhyme, but it's always mine. I'm Kevin McKell, America. On behalf of these good men, Mike, Kobe, America, we say peace.
Peace.